Alright, our today's topic is rationalized fraction with radicals. We have practiced some problems by the conjugate method. We will practice some more problems just to make the concept easy. I want you to pause the video and try to solve this question on your own, so you will have understanding and you can check your answer with mine since you already know how to solve this. Alright, so let's start working on this. So what will happen over here is, since I can see when I will substitute 5 over here, 5 minus 5 is 0, that gives me does not exist situation, so I can use the conjugate method over here. So conjugate method is what I will multiply and divide by the same numerator, but only thing is I will change the sign. Instead of minus it will be a plus. So it looks like this: x plus 4, as I mentioned, this will change to what? Plus sign and 3. Similarly, something is happening over here, same thing over here, plus 3. This is the conjugate method. Now after this, what happens next is, so I will draw parentheses over here. So this will look like an a, and that's your minus b, this is your a, and that's your what? This is your plus b. And in the denominator I'll keep it like this. Do remember, I'm not touching my denominator, keep it like this. So we are using our property of difference of squares. So this is your a square minus b square. Okay, what is that? That's your a minus b times a plus b times a minus b. Or I can write it like this. Let me do the work over here. Let me draw this part. That's my useful work. I will again advise you do the same thing as I'm doing on your sheet of paper. It makes it a lot more easier for you. So let me rewrite it. This is my a minus b times a plus b. My formula is what? My formula is a square minus b square. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to write this whole numerator. Let me write this step over here. Limit x approaches to 5. Okay, so this is my a minus b. So this is my x plus 4. Alright, so this is my a minus b. Am I making any mistakes over here? Okay, I think, okay, a minus b, that's my a minus b. All right, let me draw parentheses over here. This is my a plus b, x plus 4 plus 3. So now it looks like this. A, let me change the color over here. This will be my a minus sign b, a plus sign b over here. So if I'm writing it over here, it is like this. Now because the radical, it looks like a kind of weird. Alright, minus 3, and this part is radical x plus 4 plus 3. Alright, so now what will happen over here is, this is my a, that's my b, this is my a plus b. So now I need my answer to be like this: a square minus b square. A square means what? I will take my term a, x plus 4, and I will just do the square over here. Minus sign b square, 3 square, this will look like this to me. So my next step, now in the denominator I forgot to write, I will write it over here, x minus 5, and this part is what? I will just keep it like this, x plus 4, and that's my plus 3 over here. Now something, these are special problems. Something will happen in the numerator that we will end up with some term, and which can be cancelled with this something over here in the denominator. So let's write the next step. Next step will be limit x approaches to 5. Now what happens in the numerator? Now over here, this will be cancelled over here, and so this will be x plus 4, and that's my minus 3 square is what? 9. So now do this part here only. What is 4 minus 9? Give you negative 5, so it's x minus 5. So in the numerator I will have x minus 5 over here. In the denominator I have x minus 5. Now it's coming over here, we can cancel these two. Yes, you are right. So that's the reason I was doing all those math over there. Alright, so what can be done is we can cancel these two. Now do remember, when you cancel something, it's like this: 2 divided by 2, what is this? 1. So 1 will come over here. So limit as x approaches to 5, 1 over x plus 4 plus 3. I have not made any mistake. Yes. Now let's substitute the values over here. So this will be 1, and this will be yours 5 plus 4. What is 5 plus 4? Radical 9, and radical 9 is what? It is yours 3. Let me write all the steps for you. Alright, so radical 9 is 3. It will be 1 over 3 plus 3, and that's yours 1 over 6. If you got this answer without my assistance, Good job, you have already mastered this concept. Awesome. All right, another question in the same series. What I will do is, I don't want to do this problem. Only thing I will do is I will just write one step over here. You are multiplying and divide by the conjugate of the denominator over here. So I just do 3 instead of minus, I have plus sign, and I kept everything same. All right, go ahead and start working on this problem on your own. I know some of you might need my help. That's why I started working on this problem. Look here, I'm just doing the same thing. I kept the numerator just like this. In the denominator, this is my a minus b times a plus b. Okay, so a minus b times a plus b is what? A square minus b square. I'm just skipping lots of steps. A square minus b square, in this situation, this will be a square minus b square will be this term over here. All right, so what will happen is this will be cancelled out. I don't want to do all those work over this. I'm just doing over here. 3 square is my 9, and this will be like this. Now do keep in mind there's a parenthesis. All right, so this will be 9 minus x. This will be changed to a plus sign 1. It will be what? 10 minus x. Now when I write 10 minus x, suddenly it came in my mind, in the numerator says x minus 10. How I can write 10 minus x looking like this, x minus 10 over here? So there is a way. You can also rewrite it like this, okay, because I'm switching these positions. All right, so look here, if I rewrite it, negative times x give me negative x. If I do it over here, plus 10, it comes over here. So let's keep on going. X approaches to 10. All right, so this is my what? Negative x minus 10. Yes, you are right. I can what I can do is I can just cancel like I did in the previous problem, and I can just substitute the values, and I will get my answer. So let's go ahead and proceed. So this will be cancelled out. Now do keep in mind there is what? There's a minus sign. So there's a minus in this problem. So next step will be minus sign over here, whichever is this, and you plug in the value of a value of x as 10. So 3 plus 10 minus 1. Negative sign came from the denominator. There's a 1 over here. All right, so this is 3 plus this is 10. So negative 3, this is my what? Oh, there's a plus sign. I'm sorry, I'm just going a little bit fast. So this gives me negative 3 plus 3. What is my answer? This is 0 this time, but we got some answer. That's your answer over here. So let's see if I did not made any mistake. If you see some mistake somewhere, let me know. All right, but this is the answer for this problem. Okay, I found a mistake in this part over here. Okay, hold on, let me do this. There was this negative sign was over here. So this was what? This was yours negative 1. Let me see if there's some more. Okay, I made a mistake over here, so I just want to apologize for that. I just went a little bit super fast over here. Okay, when I divided this, this will be negative 1 over here, because as I was telling you, 2 divided by 2 is 1. For example, if it's 2 divided by negative 2, that should be what? That should be yours negative 1. So that's why it should be negative. So our next step will be 3 plus, this is your radical 9, and that's yours 3. So 3 plus 3 is your 6 over negative 1, which will give you what? Negative 6. Sorry about that, I just got distracted. That's my answer for this problem. Okay, let's practice one more problem. This is limit x approaches to 0, x over a fraction over here with a fraction addition. What to do now? This is creating a problem for us. So let's try to solve this part. So as I mentioned earlier to you, I will not do on the main problem. I will do on the side over here, and this is called my useful work. All right, so what happens over here is this is my 1 over x minus 4 plus 1 over f4. Now you can do this by the greatest common factor, but what usually I do, just to make it easy for everybody, so what you do is you multiply, you just draw an arrow over here. This means I'm multiplying this everything by this 1, then I will multiply everything over here and draw the third arrow over here. This is a three arrow rule. Now you see this arrow over. Now make sure don't do like this, draw an arrow. So what is 4 times 1? It gives you 4. There's a plus sign over here. Now this whole thing is multiplied by 1. It will be itself. So it will be what? X minus 4. Okay, now there's a third arrow over here. You're multiplying 4 with itself. 4 times x is 4x minus 16. But I will keep it like this. I will not solve the denominator. We good? Now after this, can we cancel something? Yes, negative 4, and this will be cancelled out. So I will be left over the x over 4. And this will be my what? X minus 4. So let me come back over here, and I need to rewrite this limit as x approaches to 0. This whole thing became like this. Simply, I just wrote it the simplest form over here. Oh no, I don't want to make mistake again. So this will be what? This will be my x over 4. Let me change the color over here just to be easy for us. All right, so the denominator part gave me x over 4 x minus 4. Okay, so now what happens after this? This is some mathematical skills which you already know. Now tell me if you are okay, let's go over here. So let's first of all, let me ask this question. If you are having something like this, 2 over 4 divided by 3 over 6, what do you do? Yes, what you do, your teacher told you how to divide two fraction, you change it to multiply, and you switch this position or flip these two. Okay, so this is how you do it. All right, so let me erase this one just to avoid any confusion. So in this case, you are having x, this x is the top one over here, divided by what? Divided by this whole thing. You know, different color, that's the reason I wrote it over here. Awesome. Now there is nothing, I'll put 1 over here. How you divide this? You change it to multiply. Okay, and you flip this. So I'm just flipping this over here. We good? Awesome. Now can we cancel something? Yeah, these two can be cancelled out. Okay, so let me rewrite it over here. So all right, so let me go over here. Limit as x approaches to 0. Now whole this thing can be rewritten like this, what I'm having over here. So this will be x over 1 times 4 x minus 4 over x. Now you might be thinking, you know, how would I know this? This is how you practice problem. You become better at that. So I can divide these two or cancel these two over here. So I'm left over with limit x approaches to 0, 4 times x minus 4. So let's plug in the value of x. So it will be 4. Now this will be 0 minus 4. 0 minus 4 is what? Just negative 4. So it will be 4 times negative 4, which will give me what? Negative 16. This is my answer over here. Go ahead and copy the complete solution in your notebook. Alright, let's work on this problem. This look a little lots of confusing over here. There is a square and lots of things going on. But do not worry, we will use our same approach as we were doing over here. Okay, so let me do my useful work section over here. I really like to do the problems like this so I don't interrupt with my original problem. So first of all, what I will do is I will simplify this part over here. Alright, so I will simplify this so it will so once we have simplest form, then we can go back and start working on this. Now you are subtracting, what you are subtracting? Two fractions. How you do this? I told you 3 arrow rules. First of all, start with this. First arrow will go over here, second arrow will go over here, and third arrow will go over here. Again, I will tell you, do not draw lines like this. Okay, that's not arrow. Arrow is what? With the end over here pointed. Alright, so let's go ahead. Now you look at this 9, this arrow is going over here. What is 9 times 1? That's your 9. Minus sign. This is a minus. This whole thing is multiplied by 1. You know, if you multiply by 1, it's the same thing over here. Now there's one more arrow over here. It goes like this. Third one, 9 times this whole thing. I'll just keep it like this. Now do keep in mind, I'm not opening the parentheses denominator. Don't try to cancel something. Don't just rush, okay? Because again, you will end up with the wrong answer. Now what I can do over here is, okay, this is my 9 minus, I can open this. Now when I'm opening this, look here, so this is my x minus 3 times x minus 3. Oh, sorry, plus 3, plus 3, x plus 3, I make mistakes. So this will be my x times x is x square. Again, distributive property of multiplication. X times, this is my 3x, plus this is my 3x, and plus 9. Don't write 3 times 3 is 6, otherwise you end up with the wrong answer. This is yours x square plus 6x plus 9. What is this? This will go over here. This was the expansion of this one. So it is your x square plus 6x plus 9 divided by 9x plus 3 whole square. So long. Okay, what I can do is I can still open this, I can still simplify this. 9 minus. Now because of this minus sign over here, all of these signs will be changed. Keep change. Alright, minus sign, minus sign, minus sign, because see this change to minus, that's to minus, and denominator I am not doing anything with the denominator. The beauty of this is, see, look, my original section is fine, I'm just doing over here. So when I don't want to mess up with this big problem, lengthy problem over here and end up with the wrong answer. So 9 and 9 will be cancelled out, so this is left over. So let's come back. So when I simplified my numerator part, I came out with this answer. Do keep in mind that's a numerator, okay? So this is my negative x square minus 6x, okay, divided by, oops, this whole thing, 9x plus 3 whole square. Now, do you have anything over here? There's a big x which is left over here, so I need to write this x. All right, so I just did over here. Now, again, now this concept is what? This whole fraction divided by this. Okay, I need some more steps, more space over here, so I will try to do this part over here. So this is mine. This whole thing, the numerator is divided by this, so it will be like, it look like this to you: negative x square minus 6x over 9x plus 3 whole square divided by what? X. I will change it to multiply and it will flip it over here and all those things will happen. So I'm writing the next step over here. Limit x approaches to 0, negative x square minus 6x divided by 9x plus 3 whole square divided by x. So divided by x means what? It will change it to 1 over x. So I will erase this and I will save one of my step. It will change to what? Times 1 over x. Now I'm trying to cancel this over here. Now you see in the top numerator there are lots of x over here. I can take something common. Okay, so let me write some step over here. Limit x approaches to 0. I'm taking only x common. When I take one x common, what is left? Another will be left over here, and this is look like this. This is your 9x plus 3 whole square, and this is your 1 over x. Now if in case you are thinking how I got this step, go back. What is x times negative x? Same thing, negative x square minus 6x it will give me. Okay, now at this place I will cancel this with this. So when I cancel this, what I'm left over it, I'm going to the end over here. All right, so it will be my negative x minus 6. All right, so only thing left is now I just need to plug in the value over here and I am done. So let's plug in the value. This is a 0. Be cautious when you are entering the values over here because you do not want to mess up with your question. Okay, so let's go a little bit over. Yes, we get negative 6 over 9, and this is what? 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 square is what? 9. So 9 times 9 is what? 81. So this is your answer. So let us write in the simplest form over here. 3 times 2 is 6. That's your 27. So this is your answer over here. Now you can see there are lots of steps, but I try to connect it to my previous step which I explained to you, and that's your answer. Please make sure to copy the useful work and everything what you see on the screen. Alright, let's look at this multiple choice question. I have removed all of those numbers over here. Only thing left is with letters over here. Let's try to work on this. So what is a conjugate prop with, we are using the conjugate rule over here. So what will happen is let me do it over here. Okay, so this is my b minus x. Okay, my pen is messing up. Let's try again. Alright, b minus x and divided by radical x minus radical b. So I'm multiplying by the conjugate of this. As you know what, I have to change it to plus sign over here. Alright, there you go. Now we are using difference of squares formula over here. Numerator I will keep it like this because I cannot cancel anything. Only thing what I will do is I will use a parenthesis over here because that's a binomial. In this case, a minus b times a plus b. Alright, so it is what? A square minus b square. That's a formula which we are using. We are using lots of problems. Again, I'll write it over here. A minus b times a plus b, and your formula is a square minus b square. Okay, so now after this what happens is this gets cancelled out, this gets cancelled out. So my next step over here will be what? It will be limit as x approaches to b. Now in the numerator part I have lots of things over here. You see, here you go, lots of values over here. But in the denominator I am only having what? X minus b. Oh, I can cancel these two. No, because this is b minus x. X is negative, over here is positive. And you know how I can do that. I can make this x as positive. How I can do this? I'm doing over here. Limit x approaches to b, b minus x. And we have done a problem similar to this, but it was having numbers over here. You will switch this, it will write it like this, but you will put a minus sign outside. This you can do it. Now try this. Negative b plus x, it will bring the same thing, plus x. So this will be cancelled by this. Do keep in mind we left over with 1 over here. So next step is limit x approaches to b, radical x plus radical b over what? -1. Let's plug in the value of b. So plug in the value of x. I'm just going fast. This will give me 2 radical b over what? -1. And when you do this, your answer is this over here. So this is the answer for this. Do you see answer choice which looks like this? Okay, choice A is the correct answer. We got the correct answer. Good job, people.